Let me get that recording started. Welcome, everybody, to our WoW Wednesday testimonial call. I am going to go over the disclaimer before we get started. The AO scan technology is not a medical device. These statements that we share here have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. So if you are sick, please consult with your healthcare provider. So here comes Dr. Sheila now. I've already went over the disclaimer, Dr. Sheila. I'm going to go over what this call is for. The call is basically a testimonial call on anything that we have here with Solex. It can be on the scanner, it can be on the Cephis, it can be on Cephi dots, it can be on the 660 band, it can be on the inner illuminator or any of the supplements we have. My name is Tammy Ward, if you don't know who I am. And I lead the biggest team in Solex right now. So we welcome you here. We want you to be able to share any of your testimonials here. If you're new to our call and someone invited you, we just ask that you please follow up with the person that invited you to this call. So if you have a testimonial you would like to share, just unmute yourself and come on and share it with us. All right. Well, I can share one that I'm working with a little cat right now that has some lacrimal ducts that are clogged, and I've been scanning and optimizing twice a day and doing Cephis that's targeting just that issue. And I just spoke with the owner just a few minutes ago, and I saw a video of the cat, and she's improving so much. So I've got something sending in the mail to her because I thought we were kind of not getting anywhere, but she told me today that she's actually doing so much better. So I was just like, thank goodness. So that is one of mine. So anybody else have one they'd like to share?
I
share
have
something. Go ahead.
Can I share?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if you could hear me. I was having my chain link done at the house, and I just happened to go up and talk to the fellow, and he said he's had insomnia and restless leg syndrome for years. And so I got him to sign into the scanner, and I was giving him some instructions, and we got everything done. And then I started he did an inner voice. And then I think 3 times, like once in 3 days, I did an inner voice with him. And he's not the type of guy that you would think is an anxious person. And he said, oh, Nancy, you wouldn't believe how anxious I am either. So anyway, the inner voice has just like been so wonderful for him. I can't believe it. Like this is really selling me on this whole helping people, because I've always had a lot of, I don't know, I've always been kind of shy, especially to try to promote something I'm not really sure of yet, like I don't know everything. Anyway, he phoned me and he's had 5 days with no restless leg and no insomnia. Like, how cool is that?
Wow.
That's so exciting.
That is exciting. So exciting. Oh, I hope I'm not cutting out.
I know. Like, could I have actually helped him with that? Like, is that the truth?
Absolutely.
That's fabulous.
Absolutely. Yes, we have some of the most amazing testimonials. So yes, some of the simplest things you wouldn't even think. And yes, they get a response just like that.
Yeah. I know, that's awesome. Anyway, so I'm excited.
Thank you for sharing.
I have a testimonial.
Go for it.
So I'm a massage therapist, hairstylist, and I had a client come in who was getting a pedicure with me, and she said, "Oh, I don't know how long I'm going to be able to sit here because I fell down and I think it broke my tailbone and cracked a couple ribs." I'm like, "Oh goodness!" I'm like, "Do you care if I try something?" So I spaces and objects, snapped a quick picture of her, and created a pain playlist. And then I had some homeopathy pellets, and I don't even remember. I think I went into Giuseppe Dots. I don't remember what I did, but I did a couple different things. I gave her the pellets, doing her toes, and about 15, 20 minutes later, she's like, "Whatever you gave me, I'm not in any pain right now." I'm like, "Shut up, really?" She was like, "Yeah." So I actually imprinted what I imprinted and sent her home with the whole thing. And she's like, "What do I do? I feel like it's not, it's coming back. Take, 5 of them and then see how that goes. And if you feel like something's changed, bring them back. I'll recharge them and we'll go from there." So that was kind of cool.
That's awesome. Go ahead.
I have a couple. I ran a scan on a friend of mine the other day who is considering the technology, but she's not been feeling very well at all. She's gotten really sick with something. I did a scan. She wasn't really well enough to pay attention and asked, oh no, I ran the scan. This was a couple of days ago. Ran the scan and literally just the optimization, she was already feeling better and was up and didn't correlate it. But she noticed after I ran the scan that she was feeling more like getting around and getting up and doing things. And she contacted me this morning and asked for a second one because she wasn't able to access the audio files. So she said, "Yeah, after you ran that last one, I really felt better and I actually could get up and do stuff." And I said, "Well, that's because you just received a treatment just from me scanning you." And she said, "Really?" Isn't that so cool? We just don't always think about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to put something. Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
I just wanted to share something about the Solex minerals. Can you hear me?
Mhm.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we
Okay.
can.
So I've been taking the minerals, the fulvic minerals. My teeth feel like they did when I was 20. They were hurt so bad. I've been just taking those minerals and they don't hurt at all anymore. And I haven't been to the dentist in 20 years.
Ooh.
And they don't hurt anymore.
Wow, that I've been getting a lot of people asking me for help with teeth sensitivities and cavities and things, and the fulvic is amazing.
It is amazing. It is amazing. Thank you for sharing. Anybody else have anything they'd like to share?
Is that the Ionics Gold? Is that the same thing she's talking about? Okay. I just got my free bottle in the mail. So
Yay!
Let us know how you like it, because I was just on a call with some other people that were in a fulvic company with me previously, and we are so excited about Solex Gold. Really like the composition and the ratio and the results that we're getting testimonies on. So it's about half what we were used to paying.
Yeah. And it lasts a while too. So I mean, we always do the dropper. We take a little juice concoction that we put our fulvic in, and we've got some other things that we put in, and we'll do like 2 or 3 of those droppers full because we just love it. So
yeah, I do 2 droppers in my smoothie every morning.
yep. And you don't taste it as long as you put it in a smoothie or some juice or something like that. But if you put it just in water, caution, it's got a bad taste.
Well, I just take it in my water too, but I get a fiber supplement from Meluca, and you don't taste it with that because it's all flavored and it's really good stuff too.
Good.
But I just love the minerals stuff. It's amazing. My teeth haven't not felt so good in such a long time.
you have to start slow with that.
Yeah, it's
No?
recommended
Yeah.
that you do. Yeah.
It depends on your health.
Yeah.
If you've got a lot of chronic stuff going on or toxicity, you would go slower. But someone that doesn't have a lot of health issues.
I've seen deer tracks on the car.
Really?
Yeah. Well, I haven't since the last rain.
Okay, who's talking? Let me mute her. Okay, go ahead. Anybody else? I'm trying to shut down some windows. I got bad connection, it looks like.
Yeah, you're breaking up sometimes.
I'll let you go for it. I'm shutting some windows.
I have another one. I was on a call with some of my people overseas, and these practitioners, she was running scans, and she ran a scan on a lady that's had a lot of chronic stuff. The inner voice alone, she said it painted a picture of her whole life, and it nailed all the things, the traumas and everything she's been through, nailed it all. And she was just shocked. And she's like, how did it know all of that? And it also, because of listening to her balancing harmonics, it also brought her to the place now that things have raised, opened, and she's more receptive to healing now. So she was very excited.
Very nice. Very nice.
Gosh, people, oh my gosh, how much we can help ourselves and other people with technology.
Hi, can you guys hear me?
Anissa, we can.
We can.
So I've been actually struggling with a shoulder. I've been struggling with a shoulder injury for many months now, and it kind of erupted last week. I had to send my 4 kids away for 2 weeks. So I've been seeing a lot of professionals for this, and I email them my scans every time before I go, and also after I come home from the session, I email them another report, another scan. And they're just blown away by the information. Like, my chiropractor basically picked up on exactly what was in the scan. Like, it was based and then I also go to a laser therapist, and the second day I went to him, so the day before the second elimination, sorry if it's too much information, but and he picked up on that the next day in the scan, and he asked me, he was like, did you have like a big shedding? And you need to take activated charcoal because did you figure that out from the scan? I want to ask him, like, where in the scan, in the report, did you see which part told you that happened to me? Like, I don't know how you knew that, but anyway, it was crazy. And then and same thing with the osteopath that I saw this morning. She saw something with my kidney, and my kidney was like, I don't know, like 49% or something on the comprehensive, away from ideal. And the fact that she picked up on the fact that it was the right kidney, like basically it's being squished by my scoliosis, something like that. Yeah, so it's just the information that it's so accurate. It's just showing me how accurate it is and how supportive it is in terms of giving like the bigger picture to whoever's working on me, right? Like, I may not understand the reports, but they do, right?
Is a great point.
Yeah, so I mean, I've been optimizing myself every day, and probably I would be worse than I mean, I'm still in a lot of pain, but I'm sure it's like less pain than I would be if I was not doing the optimizations and the CEFIs and everything else. Yeah, and I also helped a friend's dog, but it was kind of hard to see what it was that was helpful, because the same day she took him to the vet, and the vet gave him an inhaler. So he did get better, but wasn't sure if it was because of he was just on an inhaler. So she was super grateful. She's just not in a position to be able to afford this right now. She's very interested in it. She like asks me for scans all the time for free. She's my babysitter. But yeah, it is definitely, it's good.
Yeah, and it's good that you're sharing that with your practitioners, because what we're hearing is they are really blown away with the information, and it really does help them to help you. And then hopefully they'll want one for their practice, because that could help everybody that they serve.
My chiropractor is definitely interested. The laser therapist asked me when he saw it, he's like, so where did you get this done? He thought I went to a lab or something to get it. I was like, right here.
That's incredible.
Oh, that's awesome. That's cool.
All right. Anybody else? What a great call tonight.
So when you're looking at the comprehensive and it shows up the pictures right there and it does show the percentage. Does it mean that for optimal health, it should be show 100%?
No, you want to be closest to 0.
Oh, okay.
So if you are seeing anything in the 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90%, that is a red flag that something is going on in that organ system or whatever you're looking at.
Okay. It's nice to know.
Any other testimonials?
Can I ask a question?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah. So when you run the AO scan, is it like the easy scan the best to run on a daily basis, or can I run like vitals also on a daily basis?
Vitals you could probably do like every 3rd day, but easy scan you can do every day, twice a day.
Okay. Can you overdo doing vitals every day?
Well, if you do the vitals every day and you start noticing you kind of feel icky or maybe like flu-like, that could be a detox. I know whenever I first got my scanner, I was running my vitals every day and I didn't feel so good after about the 3rd day, so I backed off. But when we first got our scanners, all there was inner voice, vitals, comprehensive, and the Cephi. That was it. We didn't have all this fun stuff.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
I can attest to that. So this week I backed off on how much I was doing. I'm like, I can do it all, right? Fix me in one day. So this week I have definitely backed off. I was feeling like the flu symptoms and just the sinus congestion, and I was running everything. And then I do a vitals in the morning, and then I would do a comprehensive on that to undo that like solid for a good week. And I was like, okay, well, I don't remember if what was maybe Saturday's call or what I was listening to, where I was like, okay, I need to back off. And then probably too much information, but my cycle started on Tuesday, and it's been a little crazy. So all day today, I haven't done anything but Cephis. I got a Cephi dot here. I have playlists. I've been, but I think it lessened it, but I was like, I think that was also due to how much I did, the last couple of weeks, that it put me into like, oh, hello. So, yeah, and I got a jade ring that I always imprint. So I had belladonna on that, and I was doing pellets, and I was like, okay, something's got to give here, but just going to subtly keep at it. I'm not going to do like a comprehensive tonight. I'm just going to do my inner voice tonight and my supplements, and then in the morning do another vitals and just kind of slowly roll with it, because yeah, I think it kicked my butt.
It can, and as subtle as it is, the more you do, the more you can feel the effects of it. So yeah, I mean, for some, I mean, there are some that they just don't feel it as quickly, but there are some that when you do a lot, you'll start to feel a little bit of ickiness. So just listen to your body. Listen to it.
Now, I was reading something really great that Alice Gerhane posted. She was answering someone's question about not getting results. And it's something that everyone needs to keep in mind is, and I wonder sometimes when I'm running broadcast and it just stops, and I've asked Lauren this, but if people are blocked to the idea, it isn't going to help them. If they're blocked to receiving, and it might even be subconscious. So if people are telling you, I'm not getting any results, take a look at their inner voice and do some reading and see, you might find out some things, some reasons that they're blocked, and then, have that conversation, bringing their awareness to the fact that they could be blocked somewhere, not allowing themselves to heal. Because we do have messages that it's like self-sabotage. It's stuff that I'm also working through that's been subconscious, that I knew something was there keeping me from being able to do what I want to do. We just can't always identify it, but have that conversation if you ever get feedback that people aren't getting results.
The other thing, Dr. Sheila, that can
Just so you know, my finally.
Go ahead. The other thing that can affect that is that if you're not drinking enough water, or if you're minerally deficient too, that will keep you from registering those frequencies. So make sure you're hydrated.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Electric plant cannot produce.
So I was going to say, my veins finally healed up. My legs, they're finally not hard anymore, and they softened up.
You're kidding.
I did run those every single day.
Oh.
They finally healed up, and then I still have the veins, but they're not hurt anymore, and they're not hard.
Like the varicose veins?
Mm-hmm. I did run the optimizing scan every day, and I did a bunch of other stuff too, but it helped, and I really think those full of minerals helped too. I mean, when I started taking those, it started helping. So
that makes me so happy.
Very nice.
This is Jacqueline. Have we had any testimonies of anyone that has had cataract surgery and their vision?
I don't recall any yet. Do you, Dr. Sheila?
No, I can't put my finger on it.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Yep. Anybody else like to share anything? Just unmute.
Tammy, I have a question. If you have a person who has a lymph node that is I guess like infected, and it has been infected for a couple months at least, if not like 4 to 6 months maybe at the most, and you're running the scan on them. I haven't ran the scan on, this is for my uncle, so he's having this ongoing problem, but he hasn't really asked me to scan him or anything. I have scanned him in the past. So anyway, he was saying that they went in and took a biopsy of the lymph node, and basically they're saying he has some kind of infection, ran some stuff. Then I actually had one of my friends run the database report on him today. And so what can I do with that information, as far as like nothing's really flat on his right arm? He's having an issue with a lymph node that's coming up as a 9. There's 2 areas on the right side. But his infection is under his left armpit, you know. And so I wanted to ask y'all if you have any suggestions. I kind of ran the homeopathic, you know, by symptoms. I ran that last night for him. But what do y'all suggest to do with that?
Are you scanning and optimizing the lymphatic system in the body system several times, like twice a day? I would do that.
Yeah.
Also, do the lymphatic and the comprehensive a couple times a day in those areas. And then in the Cephi, you have lymph glands depressed and lymph glands plugged. I would put those in a Cephi playlist as well. Did I freeze? I think I froze.
Have you taken a look at the inner voice reports?
Ravella kept on, it came up in his database report and his inner voice, which I guess if it's going to be in the database report, it's going to be in the inner voice, probably. You know what I mean? I guess it can't be an inner voice if it's not in the database report. But yeah, that was the common thread with that. But I did run. See, I haven't been treating him all this time because he didn't really ask me. Yeah, that's a good to do the Mayaism detox. Perfect. But he hasn't asked me to help him. But when he called me last night, it was like, gosh, this has gone on too long. You know, they even gave him a mammogram. So he will let them do whatever to him. You know, and one day when he told me he had a mammogram, I just about flipped out. And so then I had to text him. That was over the phone. And then I wasn't mean or anything. I just was like, oh my goodness, because he was telling me all this stuff. I was being patient. Yes, yes, yes. You know, just taking it all in and just listening to him. But when he said he had a mammogram, I about lost it. Wasn't mean or anything, but I was just so concerned. So then I texted him back after the phone call. Like I said, nothing negative. You know, we have a beautiful review if you ask me to help you, you know, and he never asked me to help him. He just was venting, you know. And so then I was like, I will help you as much as you want me to, if you ask me to. You know, otherwise I'm always here for you, that type of thing. And because I didn't want to overstep. You know, you don't want to overstep and take over and say, hey, what about this? You know, and so I was like, no, I need to step back, have him engage in that, you know, and getting help. And then after last night's call, when they took some of the lymph node out, I was, you know, I just went ahead and scanned them and did some stuff on my own. Then had one of my friends who has the database access to run the report, email it to me so I could figure out a scanner.
Have you approached him as, hey, let's see what shows up, instead of, you know, feeling invasive, just feeling helpful? Hey, I've got something that might tell us some things.
Yeah. Yeah, that was my next step. I just kind of want to run this stuff and see what it said, you know, and then just like you said, approach him and say, hey, what about this? You know,
Tammy also suggested doing a radiation detox after that mammogram.
Yeah, good point. Very good point.
It could actually, I mean, if he's allopathic minded, he just may not know that you have something that could really give him some good information and even support him. So just, you know, let him know that you've got it.
Because the doctors were like, we can't figure out what infection he has. That's they think it's an infection.
Okay, but they could be, is so freaking awesome because it tells us the truth about what's going on. I had someone else swear to me they had a viral infection and it was not, it was bacterial.
Yeah. So what I would I go by, would I kind of disregard the database report, or would I just go with the inner voice report? I mean, what data should I focus on, I guess is my question.
Well, you focus on, like Tammy was suggesting, with the options for the lymphatic system blockage and the other one, because that's a truth. That's a true situation. And then you can always run bacteria, virus, or whatever, because, or you could even use the complete database, which when you don't really know, that's the go-to. Run that a few times, and then you start, as some things start calming down and layers start coming back, now you might get a better picture.
Okay, so he ran both of the databases. Which one, so you're saying work on some stuff and then run the database report
No, I
again?
would, if it were me, I would build a custom playlist and include the things that we know are going on, the possibility of viral, the possibility
Okay.
of bacteria, probably ultimate emotions, I would do. And then
Sure,
that complete
yeah.
that complete frequency set, because you don't really know what you're dealing with. And his body will take exactly what
Okay.
it needs.
Okay, complete frequency set, gotcha. I'm sorry, I thought you said database report, okay.
No, not a
I'm
problem.
sorry.
And
Thank
if he'll let you hold the scanner up to him, hit the erase button on that spot several times. I'm
Oh,
telling
yeah.
you, it works.
So put the device on by his armpit and then hit
Erase.
hit erase.
Yep.
Repeatedly.
You can do that on pain spots.
Okay.
You can do it on mold spots in a house. You can do it on a lot of things that you want to go away.
Things that should not be there.
Yeah.
And no, yeah,
And-
don't say, hey, this will fix you. Just be like, hey,
Yeah.
there are some people that are reporting these things. Let's see what happens.
Yeah. He's pretty open, like he'll let you help him as much, like he's not against it, but he is just so focused on what doctors are saying. And I helped him for a little bit, and then he's so obedient to doctors, whatever they want to do, like he's going to the doctor all the time. So I kind of backed off a little bit and just kind of let him be him. And so when this came up, I was like, wait a minute, maybe I need to step in and support him as far as with the scanner now, not just, as a person supporting him. So use this tool to support his health. So when you say erase, are you talking about clearing, or what do you?
No, the erase button when you go to
mean when you put it
Steffi,
up to what? Where am I finding erase?
right here in the Cephi program, the erase button right at the top.
Yeah. Okay.
And you'll hit that flame several times. Let it do its cycle.
I got you. And you can do that for anything, like pain, anything?
Yes, anything.
Wow.
Yep.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Are you imprinting pellets for him?
Mhm.
I have not done that. I'm not really, I kind of stepped back because he was so involved in the doctors and everything.
Okay.
And then he doesn't, like, we don't live in the same city. So he's about an hour and a half, but I can do that. Or I can do water. Can I do the water instead of the pellets? Yeah.
You can, and you could even learn this from my homeopathic circle. I would, they write his name down and maybe his birth date or some kind of identifier on a piece of paper, imprint water and set it on top of that piece of paper.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I could not believe that it works.
It does. I do it all the time.
For how
Well, when my dad was in the hospital with COVID and I thought they were going to kill him, I did it for the 5 days that he was on the vent. And I don't know how he ever came off or how he's walking around with no oxygen today, because they told him he'd die in 3 to 5 years with pulmonary fibrosis. Not true.
No.
So just keep it on the paper until he starts getting improvements.
Thank you.
Welcome. Anybody else? We've got a few more.
Tamara asked what a miasm is. Tamara, that's like a genetic, or it's a family. It's something that's handed down. It's a weakness in your family lineage. So like tuberculosis or carcinosin, SORA, psychosis, these are just family weaknesses. You don't have to express it, but it just tends to be a weakness in your family line. Stacy, explain, keep his name on the paper under the bottle. So just get a piece of paper, write down the person's name, write down their birth date, any identifier, and what else did they have me write down? Possibly the remedy because I was using a homeopathic remedy, and just put the glass of water on top of that paper, and that its intention, just like when we're sending frequencies in quantum, it's just the intention.
Yeah.
Does that explain, Stacy?
So do you imprint the water?
Yeah, you can.
Oh, okay. Thanks.
I don't know that you need to, because I mean, again, it's the intention and the frequency. When you got it there, that frequency's there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because water has memory.
Yeah. You can take your scanner even a little bit extra, and if you're working with somebody that's chronically ill, you can even put a picture of them, one of their pictures where they've signed the back of the picture, piece of their hair, some of their DNA, and put it on the scanner, and that even amplifies what you're doing. So you can even do that. Yeah,
I was going to recommend to her.
Go ahead.
I was going to recommend that she draw a picture of her uncle in the armpit and actually use the scanner on that picture. That's
Why
what
not?
I would do.
Why not? It's all about intention. And if you can set that intention, sometimes miracles happen and you can't even explain it.
Yeah.
Well,
my girl Lisa's on, and she's got a really great testimony she shared in our chat today. I asked her to come and share with everyone. Lisa, can you hear?
Come on.
Lisa Brantley.
She's unmuted, so.
She is. There she is.
Hello.
Hello.
I've been having a time. Actually, I took a nap and didn't realize what time it was. So I just jumped up like, wait a minute, I'm missing my
I
call.
tried to keep my mouth shut till the end of the call.
Yeah. But hello, everybody. How are you?
Been sharing some good stuff. Can't wait to hear yours.
Oh boy, yeah. I mean, and this is my 660 band.
Woo-hoo.
Monday, my husband and I, we were going for a walk, and my elbow started itching. I have discoid. So I'm walking, I'm like, oh my God, it's burning too bad. And I was actually walking with my band on my wrist. So I said, let me take this off and try this. I took it off my wrist and just started walking with it like this. We probably walked for about 30 minutes, but this was already probably about 20 minutes. I mean, about 10 minutes into the walk. the itching, the burning, and the swelling started going down. I put a really good picture in our chat because it was fired up. It was absolutely terrible. So when I got home, I decided, I said, well, if that did it a little bit right there, and I wasn't in the discomfort anymore, when I got home, I decided, you know what? I'm just gonna put it on again. Thank you. I'm gonna put it on again. And by that night, it was all flat. It was all flat, just like this one. Cream for about probably up to 3 days, right on the area. And it really, you know, still doesn't clear it all the way up. But I was amazed in the time that I was just so amazed and so excited. I had a couple people getting in contact with me on Facebook. They wanted to do some red light therapy research as well. So I'm excited about that because, like I said, that's the one thing that comes up every now and again on me that is extremely bothersome, that right there. And I wanted to see myself how it worked, you know, how long it would take, if it did anything for it. And I was just in amaze. I was amazed.
That is powerful because there is little that helps this. And I put your pictures in the chat, if I'm assuming that was okay, so people can actually see what you're saying.
Yeah, but you see how it was totally inflamed. It was totally inflamed. Wow.
Yeah.
I'm amazed. I'm excited and I'm happy about that. Because like I said, I'll be still putting cream on it.
Ugh. That's exciting because there are people that need to hear this.
Yes, yes, yes.
So I have a question about the band.
Yes.
When you wear the band, do you have to have your AO scanner device with that? I mean, or you just wear the band and it works independently?
It works independently. It's red light therapy. Totally different from the scanner.
Mm-hmm.
So if I have my son who lives in a different state and I purchased one of those and sent that to him because he has skin issues, he could just use it independently. He doesn't have to have access to anything.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nothing. Yeah.
Thank you.
We've got a few people that jumped in a little late. If you have any testimonials, you're welcome to unmute yourself and share.
Tim,
go ahead. Go ahead.
Can I ask you a business question about in our back office, we have so many points. What can you use those points for? Because I'm not real sure. Never
Nothing.
really used back. Nothing. Okay.
Nothing. They're just showing you how many points that have accumulated in your downline or your team.
Okay. I've tried to work on it, transferring that account. So that's not completed yet.
How do I transfer the account to be under somebody else?
Excuse me?
How do I transfer like account, if I understood right, like if I'm in the downline of somebody else, which I don't really work with, can I change my upline?
You'll need to write Solex. You'll have to either call them or write them, but let's leave this call to testimonials, please.
Okay. Sorry.
That's okay.
I have a question. This isn't a testimonial. It's a plea for help.
Okay.
I've had 3 surgeries canceled. I have a mass in behind.
What'd I do? I unmute, Nancy. I'm sorry.
Sorry, I thought I
meant to mute somebody else and it did you instead. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So anyway, I have this mass behind my left ear, and I had an operation set for December 13th. I was on the table. They were going to open, cut it open, and the anesthesiologist said, "Oh, we don't have enough medication for you." So they sent me home. So anyway, they've had me 3 times booked, and now it's canceled. So I'm wondering what I can use my scanner for to help the pain in this side of my ear, because I've lost like 60% of my hearing in this side too. And I do have TMJ, so I don't know if that can be connected to the pain that's up in here, but I was wondering if there's any special Cephi have any input at all.
You would definitely scan and optimize that ear as often as you can, and also hit the erase button up against that mass, and then create a Cephi playlist.
And I would select the complete playlist because you don't know what you're dealing with.
Yeah.
Right.
And then
So
also your sensory nervous system in the body systems, I would do that. And maybe even your lymphatic system, since it's a mass you feel like, and that could be a lymph node that is very swollen as well. It may be as simple as that.
Oh, wow. Okay. Wow, that's great. Thank you.
Are you using the gold Fulvic?
No, I haven't used that. I'm on some other things like Clean Slate and things from another company. But I haven't learned.
I'm
about
just
the
thinking for
Fulvic
detox,
Gold.
if there's something blocked up in there, if there, if it's a toxic block where you could use some detox support.
Okay, I'll order that. That's awesome. Thank you.
You're welcome. You can also apply that our red light band, either the band or the inner illuminator, and be working on that spot. I would say the inner illuminator, because you've got 3 different types of power to that. The inner illuminator is great.
Okay, yeah, but I have both. But I was using the watch one, or whatever you call it, the 660 on it today, but it's hard to hold there all the time,
Yeah.
I guess I could Scotch tape it to my head.
I
Masking
would
tape it.
I would do that inner illuminator with maybe a little bit of coconut oil behind your ear, and maybe even a little bit of peppermint oil, and kind of help open and break that up a little bit. I mean, that's just a suggestion. I'm not a doctor, so.
Oh, great idea. Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, that's okay. I'm open to. Pardon me?
Some citrus oils. Lime would be really good.
Yeah.
For drainage.
Awesome. And that can just be, you just put it on your skin?
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks.
Cheryl said one of her customers is using Velcro as a strap for the 660.
Hey, if it works.
That would work.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
That is
Thank
awesome. Okay, we got a few more minutes left. Any more? This is a great call, guys.
For headaches, guys, what do you suggest running besides Easy Scan?
You can do that twice a day.
Easy Scan, right?
Yes, ma'am. And someone.
Hello, can you hear
Hello?
me?
Yes, go ahead.
Hi, I'm in the car. I joined late because I literally just landed from a flight, and I was gonna try to speak before I work out. Anyway, I have some teenage girl testimonial. So she sent me a text from across the house, as they do, and she was like, "Mom, can you please buy me some Tylenol or something like that, just this once?" And I said, no, I'm not going to give you poison just this once. you know? So I already knew what was going on. So I go in her room. She's looking like death warmed over. You know, I could tell she was in a lot of pain. So I said, okay, let me put this playlist together. So I put a playlist for her. I'll pop it in the group when I get to the house. But I put it together, and then I got her, she had a bottle of pellets. I just cleared it and re-energized it with that particular playlist. And I told her to take it every 15 minutes. And literally, I mean, after an hour later, I'm like, you know, did you take it anymore? Like, oh no, I said, feeling better. I mean, it was like, you could see it. And she was fine the rest of the day. We went out and had a great time. So, yeah, that was good.
That's awesome. Thank you, Dr. Janine.
And just to clarify, because you're saying you scan twice a day. What's that?
Easy scan.
Oh, did you lose me?
Nope.
Easy scan, the one that does vitals and comprehensive and everything?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Not do that one twice a day.
Sorry, Janine, you are cutting out.
The easy scan is the one that does the voice vitals and comprehensive.
Yes.
Right.
So I'm thinking you meant to say quick scan.
Nope.
Okay, quick scan and inner voice multiple times.
No, you can run the easy a couple of times a day.
You can run it 3 times a day.
Okay, but
if you
didn't she
wanted
just
to.
say do vitals every couple days?
That's the vitals by itself.
Okay, I'm confused because she said don't do the vital scan more than every 3rd day or so.
The
The
vitals,
vitals is in the easy scan.
the vitals in the easy scan is a gentler hit than the full vitals that we have. The full vitals by itself.
Okay.
That's what
Thank
Lauren has
you.
said in the past.
So Tammy, when we do optimize, are we going in, we're going into vitals and then just optimizing? And I think we had talked before about if somebody was having like a really bad problem with whatever, the psoriasis or something, and you were running different playlists, let me say kidney stones. Let's use kidney stones. Somebody had a kidney sneeze. I mean, what was the suggestion that you had about running optimize? Just run optimize, not really scanning, but just optimizing.
You can't just
You know?
optimize. You can't just optimize. You have to
Okay.
scan and then optimize, but you would target a certain area. You can deselect everything in the list and just choose what you're targeting. Scan and optimize those things often.
Often. Okay. Thank you.
Yep. My apologies for my connection, guys. I thought it was going to be fine, but I think we're getting through.
It's not bad.
We are. Yep.
Tammy, do you imprint your bracelets you have on?
I do. Yep.
Okay.
One of them is the Solex bracelet, the blue agate. The other one's just one I made. Any others? All right. Couple more minutes till the Solex call.
Yay.
Do you have any
suggestions for
kidney stones?
Yeah, I would definitely do a homeopathic for the kidney stone. I would imprint some water with it. And then I would also I would scan and optimize those kidneys often. And do the in the body systems, do the urinary system. Do that twice a day.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, guys. Dr. Sheila, do you want to end the call so in case everybody catches everything?
Yeah. That's things like this is what creates lasting memories. So this is all good. We just want to thank all of you for taking time out of your night, because I know we're all busy, but man, this is so powerful and it's so important. And it's so, I really encourage people, please come on once in a while and records all this, and they're out there for people to watch, and you never know who's waiting to hear what you've experienced and have hope. So please understand how powerful this is when you share your own experiences affecting many other lives. So we are so much power. It's so easy to use and so affordable. We can get this into every home. And that's what we need, is helping people get their power back and taking control of their health. So thank you all so much for coming tonight. And we look forward to seeing you again next week. And we love you very much.
Thank you. Beautiful. I enjoyed it.
You
Thank
guys on the
you.
Select call.
Yeah,
Great
fantastic.
testimony.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.